Hello and welcome to our last match of the day, the first day of Alliance Tournament 11. This is CCP Fozzie joined by CCP Dolan, and we have more Dominixes from Drunken Disorderly. Drunken Disorderly's team here reads like a list of things that will be banned next weekend by everyone. Dominix, Celestis, Mollis, and maybe the rest of them probably won't get, but those will get banned a lot.
Kadeshi has Geddons and Maulers and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Time to RP, guys.
I mean, yeah, it's not. It's sort of kitchen sinky.
Okay. Most of these ships are pretty strong. Geddons, I like. Prophecies.
Mauler's not your best choice.
Maulers don't really know why you bring
Vexor would be way better in this case. Yeah. Rupture would be better. Mauler's tank super awesomely well. They hit to a good range, but they don't do enough damage. And they're like the Abaddon. They're literally the Abaddon of cruisers. And so all the stuff that we said about Solar Feet's Abaddon setup applies to the Maulers here. If you forget, then it's just basically they are bad because they don't do damage. And surviving for a long time doesn't help you in the tournament, where if you survive for a long time, we just teleport you home and give you a loss.
No, if you survive for a long time, we send you through space and time to his place where EVE Online goes at 7.5 times the speed.
Yes.
But the other team has to also tank a lot too and not doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Maulus dropping for Tekatha, not trading for anything really on the other team, so.
Yep. Again, so to actually go into detail about Drunken Disorderly setup, it's the core 3 Dominixes we've been seeing from a lot of strong teams, Aniros for repping, and then Celestises and Mollises for damping, and an Arbitrator and Crucifier. So they've got a good little bit of tracking disruption. Doesn't help a ton against the Kadeshi team, but if they come up against, say, Vindies, that would actually be really important.
Yeah, like for instance, so the Kadeshi team, everything that they pretty much want to be on top of these Dominixes is.
Yeah.
Like, but they're not going to really break any of them, really.
Now, they do have some cap warfare, but it's just going to take so long, and by then, they're going to have lost stuff. That Aniros just can't survive a whole bunch of guards from dummies. Like,
yeah.
you can't be within, you can't rep unless you're within range of the guards, and you can't really get so much speed up that they don't hit you at all. And so he's just going to die. It's going to take a little while, but he is going to die.
Eventually he will either not die, but not rep anyone, or just die.
Yep. And since he's, at the moment, this is interesting. So he's got a Punisher guarding him, shooting the frigs that are on, or shooting the drones that are on him. There's a Punisher just shooting Warrior 2s, orbiting their Aniros, which is...
If you're going to do something with a Punisher...
I mean, tackling would be way better.
Nah, don't do that. Tackle the drones. Web them. The Oniros, they tried damping it, wasn't working, was still repping that Dominix. So now they're going to try to put some ECM drones on it, see if that works.
Probably not fast enough, considering that their Aniros is in structure.
Yeah, their Aniros is in structure. But they're actually taking Avatar 45's Dominix pretty low.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at this point, he is getting reps, but...
Like, I don't know if they can trade. I don't know if they can make that trade, really.
It's not... I think it's still going to be in rough shape for Kadeshi, even if they knock down the Dominix at the same time as they lose the Aniros.
Because what's gonna do deeps? Like, something's got to kill stuff on the Kadeshi, and they've got all really strong tanks. Did they lose anything else with only 2 Dominix? Like, if they...
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to lose their cruisers fast then. So the 2 Dominixes left will just burn through cruisers.
Yeah, true.
So that's the problem. So we did see a Dominix trade for Aniros. 2 Dominixes left that are probably going to start killing Maulers or frigs or something like that. They're going to shoot everything other than the Prophecy and the Geddons right now. And they'll do that fast enough as we see Lieutenant Space Pig, amazing name, by the way. We see his Mauler taking a bunch of damage. And they do tank well, but without the reps, it's not enough.
Yeah, true. It's all in the resist as well. So we see Azarath's Dominix taking damage here. They did manage to drill down another Mollis.
Yeah, at this point, Drunken Disorderly is definitely in the driver's seat of this match.
They're up by a Mollis.
Yeah, but it's like the actual situation for the comps is pretty huge difference. And we'll have to see exactly how long it takes. So you do have the Mauler down now. They're going to be switching, looks like, to Lahi's Mauler as well. And you see like it's already down to 2/3 armor. It's taking big chunks from the Retribution, also taking damage. These guards track well. They track well enough to hit Tech 1 cruisers. And
so now we have some actual cap pressure on this Oniros. It is a shield tanked Oniros. We just saw an ASB boost. But it is caught, I think is it caught by a Geddon?
It's caught by the Maulers.
The Maulers.
Mauler and Prophecy are on top of it. It's getting what looks like a cap transfer from the Dami. Is that correct? No, it isn't. It's just repping the dummy. It's getting neuted pretty heavily, and it's definitely under some pressure here. But we'll have to see. At the moment, it's tanking fine.
Yeah.
And more Maulers are about to, like Retribution's about to die, and then another Mauler probably not long afterwards. So it's really, this is another case where the Dominic's showing to be a very strong core of a team. You still have to win the rest of the fight, though. And
I think this fight is like, if they get those Geddons,
it's definitely not completely over. No.
If the tackle stays on the Oneros, they get the Geddons on top of the Oneros. They drop the Oneros. Like they're like not super far apart. Like Maulers, we're sort of like your eye sort of does the scan down the Kadeshi side, and you're like Maulers. Those might as well be dead.
So they've switched all their damage off of the Oneros. They decided they can't break the ASB right now. They're still neuting it to try to remove the reps, and it's not repping right now. And they're throwing the damage on Azarath's Dami.
Switching over to the Dami. It's taking significant damage. I don't know if they're like the Oneros has the cap to rep here.
There is a bit of a rep, but yeah, again, he's probably under pretty huge cap pressure. He's burning away, so these are Geddons only have about a 30-kilometer newt range because they're not flagship Geddons, so it's actually very easy for this Oneros to get far enough away that he's out of range of the Geddons. I won't say easy, but it's very possible for him to get far enough away that he's out of range of the Geddons while still being able to rep, even under some damps. So as long as that's what they probably want to do is take down some of these Moluses, make it a lot easier, and then they can keep their cap on their Oneros. But that Dami's still going down.
Oh, boundary violation, isn't it?
Sorry, destruction of the Geddon. Yes, boundary violation.
That was
wow.
actually pretty close.
They had a chance until that Geddon just
until our Carrera just literally
walked out of the arena,
out of the arena. Ugh.
Wow, that was a
they went from
crushing blow for
that went
chances.
from a place they could potentially recover from, about to kill another Dominic's, up on battleships, still with the prophecy on the field. The Oneros tackled by Maulers, and then you just like lose control of the steering wheel and drive right out of the arena.
We just saw the Maulus fly out as well. So the Maulus for Kadeshi also boundary violated. That's 2 boundary violations for them.
Most boundary violations of the day. They are winning on that front.
Yes.
But as this wraps up for Drunken Disorderly, I was hoping for a swing back there.
It was definitely
like
within the realm of possibility.
The Dominic's dropping. If they get tackles on the Oneros, they potentially swing this back in their favor because then they only have to deal with like Dominic's.
Yep.
Like 2 Geddons can deal with Dominic's, but like they just decided like my full health Geddon under 0 pressure
should
fly
out of the arena. Because it's so fast.
Yeah,
it's really easy to
blistering. The blistering speed of Geddon. So we see here wrapping it up. That's actually going to be like, I was really pleased with today's matches. That's going to be our last match for the day.
Matches.
And I can't wait to see some teams fight for their lives tomorrow.
Yes. So we saw 3 flagships used today. 1 of them died. And I expect we'll see a bunch more from the teams that are
that's probably that's probably record-breaking in terms of Alliance Tournament history.
For first days?
Of flagships not dying.
Yes, 2/3 of them surviving. That is impressive, yes.
66% of all flagships surviving on the day. That's almost never happened before in the Alliance Tournament. Bringing your flagship usually gets you killed. But times are changing as this prophecy finally drops down. We're going to stick with you all the way to the end because that's just the kind of guys we are.
Yes, yes indeed. And we'll be back tomorrow. So same time, same place. There will be a full 32 matches tomorrow. We'll be doing both a whole set for the undefeated bracket of all the teams that won going against each other. And then we're also going to be showing a full set of the elimination bracket. So a full 32 teams that are all have their backs up against the wall. 16 of them are going home tomorrow.
They actually don't let us leave the studio during the night. They just
we're here and we
there's a
continue
padlock on the front door. Rise is actually like, you think we switch out commentators? We actually just step to the side. Like Rise is right here. Like we're not allowed out of this.
After this finishes, they'll let us have a drink of water.
This is roughly the size of a print and sell. Occasionally they let us eat food, but it's just like the bones of chicken wings. We have to crack them and eat the marrow out. We hope you'll join us too, because otherwise,
our sad lives will have no meaning.
you miss you miss some awesome space explosions and the lead-in for the full 3 weeks of the Alliance Tournament.
Yes.
And we can't wait to see you guys. Thanks to our sponsors, Razer, Alienware, Eve Time Codes, and of course the wonderful people at CCP who make this all happen that aren't us. They're the people in the back.
Those exist.
Have a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.